Hello guys, this is the 6 pound round here. I figured today I could do a video on my M1905 bayonet, or people later known as the M1 bayonet. This bayonet right here was used for the M1903 Springfield, and I guess the model was so well done and so effective that they used them through World War II also. The original bayonet during World War I in about 1905-ish, for the 1903 Springfield, had actually a 10-inch blade and about a 6-inch handle, I think, or roughly around that, maybe a little less. Anyway, it equated to about 16 inches, which is like lugging around a sword. And this was created for trench fighting, because they thought the further away the targets, they could get the person to extend the rifle and stab someone before the enemy was able to stab them back. So that's why they had longer blades attached to the rifles. In about 1942, late 1942 to early 1943, they changed the model of this one, which is the wood grip. And if you actually look close, if I can zoom in, if I could look close, you can actually see that it is a cut variant. It is a cut variant of the M1 Garand's bayonet. So this means that he either broke off in combat and they decided to sharpen it, or this was in their reserve pile and they cut it down to use during World War II theater. Now this bayonet itself, this one right here, is like ruined, as in a collector's standpoint, to a lot of collectors. The markings on this blade are all scratched off and or eroded. I'm guessing the person that had this before me used it as an actual everyday knife, because there's no markings on this whatsoever. In fact, the spring mechanism they used to attach to the barrel and for it to stay, the lug, is completely gone. However, what was pretty neat about this is how long it was used. Like I said, they used it to 1945. In fact, the 1943 variants, which is the ones they used during World War II, the ones they started producing that was a smaller blade, it had a black plastic grip instead of this wood, which is honestly, I like the wood a lot more. However, I guess stuff changed, production style. It made it a lot easier, a lot faster to produce. They started cranking these out of the shops. Cranking out of these factories like extremely fast to keep up for World War II's the need for them. What else is there to tell? They're getting pretty hard to obtain now. They still made a lot of them. There are different companies made quite a lot, as in like a few 100,000. So you can find them. Don't get me wrong, and I'm sure you can get them for a good price. But mostly, if you went on eBay or you went somewhere else to look for them, they're going to be a little overpriced. We're talking probably around 60 or 70, possibly more, and way more if it's the longer models. The longer ones that didn't either break and were cut down, or cut down and used. The ones for the older models and are long are worth a lot more. I think I've seen some crazy prices around $300 on those. They're insane. Love to have one in my collection, but a little harder to get your hands on them. There supposed to be, which you can see evidence here if you look, a little screw, I believe. Maybe a little wood, I'm not exactly sure. Like, they did different ways of doing it. But that's the way, that's the only way to keep the grip on the handle. I mean, the grip, keep the handle grip on the blade itself. And used for the M1 Garand, they actually designed the M4 bayonet to use for the M1 carbine, or carbine, either way you pronounce it. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. And those are also extremely hard to find, and I don't have one in my collection either. I would show you. But it's also a very beautiful piece. This is a U.S. bayonet, for any of you guys that didn't know, by the way. I should have explained that a little earlier. This is a U.S. bayonet. And I think it's about it. There's some small things here and there I guarantee I left out, but it's a basic rundown of the information of this bayonet. Yeah. Oh, there's different models too, but they're a little harder to find. I think there was a sawback model. Maybe I'm talking about the British ones. British bayonets. But I thought there was a sawback model of this. They labeled the M1917, and they're extremely rare. If that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm ranting on this point. Well, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, then leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike, or leave, or watch another YouTube channel. There's many out there that do exactly what I'm trying to do. If you learned a lot, I'm glad. And if you have any questions, please comment down below. If I messed up or anything, please comment down below. And I will try to either fix that or try to do something in my powers to correct that mistake and or answer your question. Thank you, and you guys have a good day.